Studies on Malaysian Care's work with the indigenous groups in Malaysia, the Orang Asli. The Orang Asli in Malaysia are the indigenous community. The indigenous people's community in Malaysia. They've been here for between 10 to 4,000 years ago. And there are 18 different sub-ethnic groups. And presently the population is quite small, it's only 0.6% of our total national population. But unfortunately, 76% live below the poverty line. The infant mortality rate is 5 times higher than our national average. And over 45% drop out of school before primary schools. And that is the reason why Malaysian Care has been involved with this community. Our first aim is to address marginalization of the community. We use the community development approach to work with them, and it is a three-party kind of partnership. We work together with the community itself, Koperasi Kredit Rakyat, Mr. Paul Sinapon is here, and of course our NGO. The context in which the community lives, in the socio-economic context, the community is horticultural based. They're also hunter-gatherers, and their resources are seasonal, and of course it is contested and dwindling. As all the rainforest gets chopped down, more and more of their resources are disappearing. The property is also an issue because they have their traditional land rights, but it's not recognized by the state. Because it is common property, the state has privatized tenure. So a lot of the land is untitled in our country's laws, and most of it gets taken away. Their economy is semi-subsistence. They used to grow most of their own food, but increasingly now their resources are dependent on outside trading. So for instance, they used to grow a lot of rice. Now they have to buy rice from the shops. And that means they need to have cash income. And also there are forest products which they used to depend on are increasingly being commoditized. Forest products which used to go into making houses are now sold to traders outside. Handicraft, which was traditionally used at home, is being marketed outside. Even their culture, their dance, and so on, is being seen as a tourist attraction. This is the area where we are working in. These are some of the places where our operations are. And this chart is too small for you to see, but basically it just shows the flow chart and how we begin our projects with the community. What we do first is we engage the community in identifying the needs, and from there, once they have desire to want to move on further, we will set up an income generation projects with them, usually agriculture based, and following which we will help them set up a cooperative in order for them to do savings and loans. And so today, the Orang Asli have set up a cooperative of their own. It's called the Koperasi Senoi Pribumi Perak. Senoi in their own language means people. Pribumi means they were here first, before anyone else. And the core values as expressed for their organization is that honesty, responsibility, cooperation, patience, wisdom, hardworking, and community-oriented. Key features of this cooperative is that every month they have a village level meetings. That means every month the members in that village will gather to discuss what's happening in their projects. During the meeting, they report to one another how their crops are growing, what problems they're facing with the crops, and then each other they can suggest to help how those problems can be overcome. They also do project planning and participate in implementing the projects, helping one another. All the functions of the cooperative are managed and run at the village level. They have their own treasurers, chairmen, and so on. And during that time, when they have the meeting, they also do member savings and any repayments. Although it's at the village level, they are governed by regulations set by the state. They comply with the Cooperative Act in our country. There's also a commission under the government which oversees the operations of the cooperative. And of course, they must have their annual general meeting and have their accounts audited. by the government. And so in the efforts to improve the economic side of the communities involved, through the cooperative, they do microfinance through savings mobilization. By saving every month, they obtain a certain sum, and that can be used as capital in order to, let's say if you want to buy more seedlings or you want to buy goods to rent. All the projects are owned by the locals. No one goes there and takes ownership. It's based on the family. That means each family decides what kind of projects they want to go in. It's gender neutral. That means women can suggest and go into the projects that they want. And evens out seasonality. In the past, they used to depend on fruits from the forest, which only come once or twice a year. So now with these projects, they can get regular income every month. Of course, it alleviates poverty. Now, we also look at environmental sustainability, because planting a lot of crops, if you do it the commercial way, you end up chopping down all the rainforests. So what happens is, working with Malaysian Care and doing R&D, we're trying to introduce ways in which the rainforest can be preserved. This is some of the statistics of our growth. Started in 1991 with just 8 members. Today we have 500 reserves. And savings, when they first started, they saved 34 ringgit dollars. Today they have over 70,000 ringgit. And in order to ensure long-term sustainability, because just depending on the client's savings is not enough to run the cooperative. So the cooperative sets up profit-sharing projects, for instance, planting oil palm, which fix village communities, and also they're going into marketing. Thank you.